Okay, so this is my design for a modular nuclear power engine producing. I forgot to actually calculate how much power this produces. Anyways, I calculated how much it'll take. So 5 Mark II pipes, so that's 3,000. Each pipe gets split into 2 Mark I pipes, which snake around each machine into the inputs from above. The interesting part about this grate is you need to place it on the black bar, and you need to be building the pipe and have the stand auto-generated, because you can't really build the pipe supports directly onto these grates. So that water is simple. It just goes over top. The last two, I decided to snake them down the center of the same area, or otherwise have it go round and have an extra foundation. And that was, I figured that'd be a bit wasteful. The uranium fuel rods get fed in at 2 per minute when working at 100%, or 5 per minute when working at 250% for power production for each machine. They each get halved and put into 1 to 5 factor splits, which gets put into the input, and the 10 to 25 uranium waste gets brought down and combined, passed or clipped through a splitter, even though this splitter is not connected to any of the belts. It's just there to cover the clipping. You can just place it on the floor. It won't attach to any belts. Like so. So it's just 2 uranium fuel units in per minute and 100 uranium waste out per minute, or it's 5 uranium fuel units per minute in and 250 uranium waste out per minute. The interesting thing about this is that since it's such a low number for the uranium fuel rods going in, or even plutonium fuel rods if you want to use it for that, is that you have to know how much you're producing in order to split it properly, because you can't control the number of parts going into the unit any other way. You can't use a choke, you can't use belt math, you can't slow it down with smaller belts. It's just an extremely low number to be working with, in spite the insane amount of fluid. The entire design is 11 wide and 21 long, and I clipped the feet of these machines in as close as I could to save on space. About 2 ticks into each other. It's rather basic, honestly. At least compared to all the other engines I've designed thus far. Well, many of them. I don't have anything that complicated for, I don't have anything that complicated for fuel generation, or even the refineries, for that matter. Or the coal generation, now that I think about it. All of those are pretty simple. Anyways, that's my design for one set of 10 nuclear power plants in engine design. Next, I might start exploring the idea of ratio splitting fluids. Seeing if I can't do a factor split with pipes, because that would be cool. I don't really think there's any other machine I can design an engine with. I'm all tapped out. There's nothing left. Which is a bit disappointing. I haven't done a video on foundries yet. There's definitely more than just Kibit's original steel engine or the solid steel variant I made. I made two more variants for the iron and copper alloys, which is an interesting set of recipes. Because I think if you use them both together, you increase the yield of both from the ore you're putting in, so you're getting more copper and steel produced in turn, even though they're not equal in yield. But it's at a much lower power consumption than refinery pure ingot recipes. Just a thought. There's probably plenty of other ways to adapt foundry engines for the other steel recipes. I think that's all there is. Steel recipes and the two alloy recipes. Those are just the things on my mind. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.